Hello guys, this is Diwas and today I'm going to show you guys how to create a logical volume using logical volume manager in a Linux system. So let's get started. First of all, let me go ahead and check what kind of block devices do I have using sudo lsblk command. So by the way, if you run the command as a root user, you don't need to enter sudo every time. If not, you're gonna have to enter the sudo command before the command, right? Okay, so I have xvda, which is partitioned to xvda1, as well as I have xvdb and xvdc. So by the way, I'm using a Linux system in the cloud. So if you are using Linux system in any other platform, the name of your block devices might be a little bit different than what I have here. So I'm going to use xvdb and xvdc to create the logical volume. So basically the creation of logical volume involves three steps. So the first step is to create physical volume. The second step is create volume group. And then finally the third step is create the logical volume. So first let's go ahead and create the physical volume. Sudo pv create and then the path of your storage device. So in my case it's dev xvdb then space / dev xvdc, and then I will get the message saying the physical volume was successfully created. If you want to double check, just enter pvs command, then it will give you a summary of the physical volume. Whereas if you want to check the in-depth information about your physical volume, just use pv display, and then it will give you a little bit more information about the physical volume. So step number 2 is to create the volume group. We could do that by using the command vg create. So on the volume group, you have to specify the name of your volume group as well. So let me just give the name as my vg, and then the path of your block device xvdb space dev xvdc. And then I'll get the message saying the volume group has been successfully created. So like I did earlier, you could check it, double check it, if the volume group has been created using vgs, and then you will see a little bit of summary of your volume group. And then if you want to check a little bit detailed information about the volume group, you could use vg display, and then you will see some more information about it. So step number 3 is to create the logical volume. So to do that, the command is a little bit different. I mean lv create, but you have to enter l and then the size of your logical volume. So let me just give it let's say 6 GB, right? And then you have to specify the name of your logical volume. So let me just give it my lv, and you also have to specify the name of the volume group that you created earlier. In my case it was my vg, and then you will get the message again saying the logical volume is created. And like we did earlier, double check lvs, and then in-depth information is lv display. And then on the lv display, one of the important thing to look out for is the path, right? So usually the path is /dev and then your volume group name and then your logical volume name. So keep that in mind. Let me clear this real quick. So you created the logical volume, so the main part is done, but to make the logical volume usable, you have to create the file system, and you also have to mount it to the mount point. So let's go ahead and create the file system first. You could do that by using mkfs dot and whatever the file system you want to create, XFS, ext4, you know. So in my case, I'm just going to create XFS, and then you have to specify the path to your logical volume. In my case, it was my vg slash my lv, and then you will see the file system is created. If you want to double check your file system is created or not, or if you want to see it, you could do sudo ls blk-f, and then it will show you the type of file system that your block device is using. Okay, so we created the file system. So the last step is to create the mount point. As you could see here, the xvda1 is mounted to the root directory, right? So you have to create a mount point in order for your logical volume to be usable. So let's go ahead and do that. In my case, just for the demonstration purpose, I'm just going to mount it to the mount directory. So sudo mount dev, and then the path of your logical volume, in my case my vg slash my lv, and I'm just going to mount it to the mount directory. It is already there, but if you want to mount it to any custom directory, you could make the directory first and then mount it to that mount point. Then let me see if it is mounted correctly. lsblk, and then as you could see here, my lv is created to the mount directory, right? So if you want to go a step further and then make the mount persistent upon each reboot, you have to go to /etc/fs tab and then edit the file in there. So I have another video in my YouTube channel with the detailed step-by-step instruction on how to do that. So if you guys can go and check it out. And then that's it for this video, guys. So if you like what you are seeing, then don't forget to hit that like button, and if you have any feedback, comment it in the comment section, and if you want to see more videos like this, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you, guys.